Hi, I'm Jill Sockman, Director of Blue Lotus in Raleigh, North Carolina. The sequence we're working through next is a hamstring opening sequence. It's one of the most common complaints that we hear when people first come to a yoga class is, my hamstrings are tight. And very often my hamstrings are injured, tear or an injury, especially at the insertion. This next sequence is addressing both of those problems as well as those who suffer from tightness in the low back. So we'll begin supine. Go ahead and roll out onto your back. You will need a yoga strap or a belt or a scarf or even a towel. Begin stretched out onto the floor, legs straight and all the way together. Press through the heels, point the toes towards the sky. And then draw the right knee in towards the chest. Place the strap around the sole of the foot, closer to the ball of the foot than the heel. When you straighten the knee, don't try to move to your full range of flexibility. Just begin by straightening the knee and then very slowly coming into the stretch. Place that left foot flat onto the floor for stability. You want to hold one side of the strap in each hand, with the elbows off the floor so the shoulders can relax. If you have flexibility here, no hamstring issues, go ahead and slide that left leg out long onto the mat. Again, engaging the left leg so the left toes point straight towards the sky. Once you find that stretch, begin to work with the breath so that as you inhale, you're guiding the legs slightly away from the body, out of your flexibility, and as you exhale, moving into the space that you've made with the breath. Just following the rhythm of your own breath on the inhale, easing slightly out of the stretch, and on the exhale, moving just a little deeper. Again, if that left leg is stretched long out onto the floor, keep the thigh bone pressing towards the mat, the toes pointing towards the sky. This is the safest way to stretch the hamstrings. If you are dealing with a hamstring injury, keep a slight bend in the right knee. Moving into the second part of the stretch, take both sides of the strap into the right hand. Reach the right hand towards the right foot so the elbow is off the mat, and then slowly guide the right leg wide out to the side. The left hand is on the left hip to help remind that left hip to stay heavy, the left thigh bone to press down into the floor. Make sure that you're still breathing. Nice steady inhalation, exhalation. The shoulders are relaxed, unclenching the jaw, keeping that left leg very strong and straight for stability, thigh bone pressing down. And then use an inhale to slowly guide the right foot back up to where you started, and take both sides of the strap now into the left hand. There's a tendency to lift the left hip off the floor. So you want to keep both hips steady. Slide the right thumb into the right hip crease. Roll the flesh of the right hip down towards the left foot, and then just a very gentle movement of the leg across the body and slightly towards your left shoulder. So it's moving at a diagonal. You want to feel this stretch in the outer right thigh, IT band. It's a very, very tight weave of fascia moving from the knee to the outer hip. If you're quite tight in the hamstrings, you may actually feel it more in the back of the thigh than in the side of the thigh. It's as though you want to float the right toes over the left side of the chest or the left shoulder. Continuing to stay active in the left thigh bone pressing down. And then again on an inhalation, come back up to center, take both sides of the strap, one into each hand again. And just take one last breath here as you inhale, guide the thigh away from you, and as you exhale, draw it in just a little bit closer. And then bend the knee, release the strap, and stretch both legs out long, relaxing the legs, relaxing the arms by the sides, just to compare the difference between the right and left side. You'll repeat this sequence on the second side.